Okay. Chavav Omid Aleph in Masechtas Tamid. It's the second blot of the Masechta. Starts on Chaf Hey, going into Chaf Vav. We spoke about the Trumas Adeshan, right? Did we finish the Mishnah?
No. We're in the 7th line of the Mishnah. And we're going to be starting with the Rivons on the left column. We did every Rivon on the right column. The Mefarish, excuse me. We did every Mefarish on the right column. And now we're going to be going to the left column of the Mefarish.
Which Divar Maskal are we up to? We did Yaitsev Hailach, right?
Mishu who writes a Litzrim.
Okay, so the Mishnah said that anyone who wishes to separate a portion of the Trumas Hadeshen.
Before that, Bav Yashiv. That's what we're up to. Yada Hatzalakol, you're in the middle of a few.
We did Yaitsev Hailach, like there were two different Dibra Maskals, we said.
Oh, we did this? Okay,
yeah.
So we did that, okay.
Misha who writes Litroim es Mizbeach, right? So we know that the Trumas Hadeshen, the separating of the ash from the Mizbeach, if someone wanted to be the one, it was only one person to do it each day, which Kayan, Mashkin V'toivel, he arrives early to the base of Migdash and immerses himself in the mikvah. Now, this is a Kayan that was already, he slept there? Or this is somebody who came from the outside?
Based on Rashi and Yumar Chav Beis, who was there the previous week.
So this is someone who slept there the night before?
He was there already for
it's not someone who
the past
came,
week.
Because he wouldn't be able to get in that early. The door's locked, no? You can't just walk into the base and make
The door was locked?
Yeah, remember the doors were locked.
That was by the bathroom. Are you confusing it?
No, it was something else.
Right?
Oh, the appointed kohen would, because the Hamamuna is going to come. He knocks on the gate.
You didn't get to the
Yeah. Okay, fine. So no, this kohen is sleeping. He must be in the base of English ready. Mashkin v'toivel, he gets up early.
Wait. Again, Rashi and Yuma says that he was part of the base of that is serving on that week.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
And he immerses in the mikvah ad shelo yaveh hamamuna, before the kohen arrives. Right? There was a kohen from the outside who came to handle the lotteries. I just want to finish the Mishnah so at least we have it.
Well, the next topic's a new...
Yes and no. Now, what time did the appointed kohen arrive? Not all times were equal. Times he would arrive at the rooster's cry, or close to it, either milfanav, before it, or a little bit after it. And this kohen would come, he would knock on the Beis HaMikdash gate, and they would open it for him, big doors. Amar lahen, he said to them, Misha Taval.
You can say it was big doors here.
I'm giving you some extra commentary.
Where did you say that? I don't know.
I saw Rabbi Eli Stefansky said in one of Shiurim, it was like, you know, when you walk like by Shar Yafa, it was like these massive doors that people have to.
Okay, so let's see. It doesn't specify this.
Amar lahen, he said to them, Misha Taval, those who immersed Yava v'Yafis should come and participate in this lottery, Hefisu, and they did the lottery, and Zacha, Misha Zacha, whoever won. Okay. You win the lottery.
Okay.
The guy, remember, he takes off the hat.
Let's see
and he counts around. You put one finger in Yuma, you put a finger out, and then he picks a number, and then Zak Rash, the Mefarish, who writes a litra Mizbeach, the one who wants to do Trumas Hadeshen on Mizbeach. Kol Oisim writes him litraim. Anyone who wanted to do the Trumas Hadeshen, Hayumashkimim, they would wake up. Vishanin.
They wake up early, to do that.
Hayumashkimim Vishanin.
Kama. Vishnayim Vishleisha.
Vishnayim Vishleisha and 2-3 Bnei Adam ain't Tarmin. Ki Echad Hu Tarim.
There's only one person at a time that could.
Oh, if two people want to do it, you can't. Only one person can do it each day.
Well, it's interesting. Why does he say 2 or 3? If it's 2, then for sure 3 can. Okay. Ella.
Ella matilin goyrel. Mi sheba goyrel yadai hu toirim. Ubesoif masnisim mefarish ketzad toirim esem mizbeach.
Okay, we're gonna learn how they did it.
Hilgach ketani. Mi sheroitza litroim et hamizbeach. Kohanim sheroitzim kol echad beechad litroim et hamizbeach. Hayu mechenes asmi prepared himself with taval, and he immersed in the mikvah koidem sheyaveh hamemuna al hapises before the appointed lottery kohen came. Umefarish beyuma ma hayashmai, what his name was.
It would have just taken less words to say his name is this, but okay.
Ve'amrinim b'mesechtas yuma dein adam nichnas lazara afilu Torah ad sheyitvel. Someone can't enter that. We learned in Yuma that a person, even if he's tahar, still has to toivel, and the Gemara over there explains the reasoning.
Okay.
We said when the appointed one shows up.
When would he come out?
Shoyel ve'achakach meshiv kloimer anoichi mefarshloch. Was that?
Question, and then the Mishnah answers, meaning I'm going to explain the answer to you. Okay.
Like call it isim shavais pam shuba mikres agever. Now, he didn't always show up at the same time. Sometimes he showed up when the rooster crowed. Sometimes a little after that. Tarnagol b'shlish halayla la'achar chatzos.
1/3 of the night
is when the chicken, the rooster crows, cries. Sometimes it was before, sometimes it was after that. It wasn't a set time, but certainly he did not come in the middle of the night. So if you're a kohen, you wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, oh no, let me go toivel. You still have time. Call it Isam Shava is okay, we just did that. Hamamoina Alabayas. He's the appointed one to do the lottery. He comes from his house and he knocks on the doors. Bein al Shari Harabayas, Bein al Shari Bayas, Hamoikid, Hapasuach Laharabayas, Vahim Poisumlai.
You see, so it wasn't one door. Whether it was on the gates of Harabayas or the gates on the gates of the Beis HaMokad that were open to Harabayas.
So he picked which door he wanted to knock on?
Yeah, it's in different ways.
And they would open it for him. Amar lahem. He says to the Kohanim, Beis Av, Misha Taval. Those who Taval, Vehechanasmin, prepare themselves, Latruma Samizbech, Yave, come on down. Veyafes.
What's he coming to add over here? You were Tova and you prepared yourself. What other preparation did you need? Right? And if you did need other preparation, then why didn't the Mishnah say so?
I don't know.
Okay.
V'yafis, and they did the lottery. Bekan bechetzi beis hamoiked haboni bekodesh. De'ein mafilim.
Over here on half of the Beis HaMokad, which was built in the Kodesh.
De'ein mafilim payas ela ba'azara b'makom hekdesh. So they didn't
have to do the lottery in the Azara, which is a holy place.
To be inyan beis elikim nelach beregash.
That's a pasuk. We needed to be that in the house of Hashem. We're going to go with a trepidation.
So half of it's in the Beis HaMikdash and half of it's in the Azara, or the Beis HaMikdash is part of the Azara. What's the B'chatzi Beis HaMikdash?
Half of the Beis HaMokad, which is built. I don't know why it's half. Seems like you only need to be partially in there. He says at the end to the Mefarsh Meseches Yuma, Beis B'chatzi Beis HaMokad HaMekudesh. Remember what it says in Yuma there, Chafei? To cross-reference that to see what exactly.
The lottery for the Truma Sedeshin, says the Rush, was held.
Which Rush?
It says Rush Siyuma Chafei Amral.
Oh, the Rush in Yuma. Okay.
Possibly, I can't say definitively.
Okay.
The lottery for the Truma Sedeshin was held in the sanctified portion of the Hall of the Fire because the doors to the temple courtyard had not yet been opened.
Okay, I see that.
Making it impossible to hold a drawing in the Lishkas Hagazis where the other lotteries were held.
So it's partial. Look at the Rush in Yavo V'Yifas. You see it? The Rush is on the.
Zehapayas Hayabayas Hamoikit Shadayan Loy Niftach Shar Hazara. The Shar Hapisas Hayabal Lishkas Hagazis. So This lottery was held in a different place.
Okay. Okay, already getting a better understanding here.
Okay.
Okay, Yavo Yifayis, yeah.
Where are you?
Then the last, second to last Mefarish of the Mishnah. Yavo.
So I don't have that deeper mosque. Let me just find it.
Okay, Mishitavo. Or Amar Lahem, yeah, start from there.
Hold on. Amar Lahem?
Yeah. Oh, we already did that one. Okay, Zacha Mishizacha, yeah.
Yeah, Zacha Misha Zacha. The Afagav, the Shar, Paisis, Oyubelishkas Agazis, like we just said, Kid Mefarish Beyuma, Hasam Hainu Taimim Pnesha Isam, Kaihanim Shahoyu Bazara, Hoya Kroivim Lishkas Agazis, given the Lishkas Agazis Mikarvasai Lahasam.
Hayu Mefaisi. So over there, the reason is those Kohanim, they were in the Zara.
Yeah.
They were close to the Lishkas Agazis. Since the Lishkas Agazis.
Who is the Lishkas Agazis again?
I think I was on the map. I know this one doesn't have it. Oh, you have the main. Okay, that's the real map.
The chamber of the Hoonstone, seat of the great Sanhedrin, 19. Okay, it was over here. It was near the
Okay.
near the base on Mike.
Okay. Aval Haka.
Maybe that's where they put the stones.
Yeah.
No, that was one there.
Aval Haka. Kevin the Havi Vesa.
Aval Hacha, Kivan the Havu Bebayas Amoikit, Shadaim La Yardu La Azara, Vekanami Vesa Moikit, Mokam Mikudush Havu Mefaise Hasam.
It was a holy place. They just did the lottery over here. The base of Mokud.
Vazara.
What's
Ein Oimim Lafayas, the Ein Nochoin Lamed Bazara, Beloy Matsnefes.
No, Bazara EF Charlafais.
Oh,
You couldn't do the lottery over there because you can't stand without a mitznefes. Mitznefes might be some sort of head covering. I don't think it refers to a scarf over here. So they couldn't do it on the Azara itself.
Down like a lawn, Hamamoina Ba, Benoito Matsnefes Shal Aleph. Shal Echad, Beyoidin Kulam, Shimanu Pius Maschel. So they knew where they took the hat off.
And you couldn't do that in the Azara. Okay, that's
Inami Mishum Dahavu Kaimu Bichulior Misoiviv. They would go in a circle.
Kulior is a circle we said before?
No. Masuva.
Okay, I forgot what that was.
Iev Shar Dahavu Achrem Labayas. Not sure.
That would be impossible because their backs would be towards the house.
The Kamon La Achash Pais is said the Truma Sadeshan and Giazman Aboidus Yom Shchito Tony. Yardu Lahem Lishkas Agazis, with time Kesha Pirashti shall Isi Mokim Kore Lahim Yosu Lahafis.
Okay, so that's the Mishnah over here. Now it's interesting because the Mishnah over here doesn't discuss. It's talking about the Trumas Hadeshin, right? The Mishnah over here doesn't discuss that episode that happened when we learned Yuma together.
How they did the lottery was in Yuma Chaf Beis.
Not how they did it, but the whole episode with the injury.
Yeah, that we learned in Yuma?
For the death, yeah.
Yeah. Talking about the guy who ran? Fell off the ramp?
There were 4 lotteries every day. Who would do the Trumas Hadeshin? Yuma Chal Beis. Who would do the Shchita? Who would do the Zrika? And who would clean out the Mizbeach HaPnimi? Clean the menorah?
Even the cleaning in the Beis HaMikdash was so chashiv to them.
What do you mean? As a person cleans, wipes a diaper. Person cleans up in the house. My friend, one of my chaverim once said, he said he has a Messiah he heard from his rabbi. It's no worse than the avoid of the Kohen Gadol who's nifras lefnai v'lefnei man Yom Kippur. I was just reading about recently. Alinu Shabbat, everyone, a lot of people, they're quick to do chesed outside their house. Help other people, and they get fame for it, they get whatever, they get credit, they look good, they donate this, it shows up on that plaque, whatever it is, honor this dinner, whatever it is. At the house, there's no credit there. It's just more important. Chesed starts in the house. Big elaboration on that point. But same thing over here, taking out the garbage. For sure.
Bayis Neheman.
For sure.
No, you're saying.
No, a person's gonna leave the house. He's gonna leave his
You only do tzarchei tzibur when you take care of the bias
with
first.
no one to help with do it.
It's nicht a mitzvah.
Whatever, I'm just,
It's actually
these
Naveiro.
things that no one wants to do. Wash the dishes.
Don't run away.
You probably have a dishwasher.
Don't
so
chase
it's not
shiny
like
problems, Rabbi
you have a
Isai.
milchix dishwasher, just flush.
Just flush.
Just flush. The dairy dishes that pile up in the 90s.
We don't use
on,
dairy dishes much.
Okay, whatever.
We use
Things
plastic.
that you cook on, whatever. All these things that no one likes doing. Feeding the baby at night with the bottle, right?
Ooh.
No one wants to get up at 2:30 in the
We
morning.
were up at 5 this morning.
5? You're up anyways because you said you were doing it despite this before.
I do despite this in the forest.
That was off the recording. So
Yeah, I don't record. Chabrusa Daf does not record my hisbait this in the forest.
Yeah.
What's the Indian in hisbait this? Be one with HaKadosh Baruch Hu?
I used to think it was a Chassidish Zach, and it totally not done in the Chaim Berlin world, in the Litvisha world, and the whatever. It totally is a legitimate practice.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a lot of
Cleansing for the mind.
Not only that, but it's not betel Torah, they say.
Achano.
Because if a person learns, he could learn as much as he wants. But if his mind isn't in the right place when he's doing it, or if he's doing it in a way that is, let's say he's just learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's not keeping what he learns.
Oy.
So the Yerushalmi says it's better that he wasn't even be created.
Yeah, better not to learn even. Don't learn.
No joke.
Serious, we've spoken about this.
And a person also could learn it and use it as a weapon of mass destruction, heresy.
Oh, using it intellectually.
Yeah, not even worse than that. You could use it. For example, take a missionary, right? They study, then they find out in random Haredi communities every 20 years. The rabbi himself was a missionary. He wasn't Jewish at all. I think it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty terrible. Right? All sorts of issues. So, all right. One tangent from another tangent over here, but okay. Anyone who goes into the Beis Hamikdash needs a tevil. That's Yuma Daf Lamed. Okay, ready to start the Gemara?
Oh yeah.
What is the chus?
Well, it's chus to start the Gemara. Masechtas Tamid. Minani Mili. How do we know that the Mefarish claiming Minala Minat Pasuk to be in Gimel Shayim? How do we know that the Beis Hamikdash means 3 different places?
Yeah, what
of
is
Shmira?
What is Shmira again? Let's just have a conversation about that.
Shmira is.
What are you guarding?
You're guarding the covet. Imagine a temple. You're certainly not guarding against thievery or pilferage, whatever the word was.
Okay, so it's a security detail, and it adds to the ambiance, right?
It's royalty. It's HaKadosh Baruch Hu's palace. There should always be a presence, a shmira, an upkeeping.
Right. So the source of that is the Rambam in the Beis Bachira, Perek Ches Halacha Aleph. But it's noteworthy to point out that the Rambam in the Moreh Nevuchim, Chelik Gimel Perek Mem Hey, says that the reason for the shmira is to make sure that everything is going according to halacha.
Mm-hmm.
Right? How many halachas were involved in the Beis Hamikdash daily?
Many.
Right. Make sure that only people who are
and changing up the guards, they were different.
Right. That's why they needed to.
Yeah.
So those are 2 different explanations as to why you needed the shmir. The Rosh says, I just saw this before you came. The Rosh says on Chaf Hamid Beis Diramasku B'Shloisha. The Rosh says that the shmira is that you don't have hesach hadas. Why can't you divert your mind from it? So, someone explain the kavanah of the Rosh.
You're saying Klal Yisrael as a whole, the Kohanim?
No, that all kodshim, you can't divert your mind from it. Why? Because then you're going to go in a state when you're not pure. You're impure. Mm-hmm. So too, the Beis HaMikdash, you have to make sure that everything is pure. Mm-hmm. One musar from all of this, I think, learning the halachas of kodshim, you see how important it is to be pure. What does pure mean?
Free of sin.
Right. Don't touch any bugs. We're talking about improper shechva zera, right? All these things, right? So all the gedolim, they talk about the internet and all these issues. It's a real thing. It's a massive area of time. Improper usage and all these things. Okay, minani mila, yeah.
Also guard your time.
For sure.
That time.
But that's not talking about time over here. That's why I didn't bring out that point. But time 100%.
I was thinking it's interesting that the Torah uses the lashon of shmira when it comes to guarding your body. I was trying to think of health, but the fact that it shows shmira, I was trying to learn out what over here, and that it has to be a constant guarding, that you can't put your guard down as it relates to your health, because you can do good, and you say, you know what, next week I'm just going to eat junk and do this and that and take risks and go skydiving, and it's very chaviv to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so you have shmira.
Is something else. Person doing that for fun, statistically, it's not that unsafe.
Whatever, I'm just talking about risky activity.
No, I'm talking about, for example, talk about sleeping properly and eating the right foods. Right, so the Rambam already recommends in Hilchos Deis to get 8 hours of sleep. Rambam says less in Reish Lamed Ches, others say it depends on the person. But the idea is to get enough sleep. Regarding eating, he says don't just eat what temporarily tastes good, what you enjoy. Eat things that are healthy, because if a person's just going to eat that stuff, all the snacks and all those things that just taste good, it's not going to give him the energy that he needs, and it won't be good long term for his body and his health. And the Rambam says most sicknesses happen because of overeating. The Rambam says, amazing statement. It's all in Hilchos Deis Parak Daled. It's must read for anyone. It's all recommendations of the Rambam, but it's still amazing stuff over there. So
hell yeah, it's on Shabbos.
Which hour?
Koil voice. Then when you're learning,
if you want, we could. I mean, you do.
I do Shabbos.
Yeah.
When we learn, even when you're learning by yourself, you have to learn out loud.
Oh yeah.
Because he says, compares it that, imagine you have a treasure in front of you. You take 500 coins or 1,000 coins.
Yeah.
So as you learn quietly, you're taking 500 coins. More than that, you're not bringing a nachas ruach to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Your voice is supposed to be used for that.
Garish Belachisha Brura was she rebuked someone who learned silently. The Gemara Eruvin, I think it was Nundala.
So when I was learning it, all of a sudden halfway through, I said that.
You don't remember it as much. Whatever language you're learning, you speak it out. That's one of the milas of
even if you're by yourself.
Chabrusa, even a chabur. That's why you walk in any base medrash. You see that even people learn by themselves. They learn aloud. Yeah. So there's a lot of tires on that. The person doesn't know how is he learning, what is he doing. It's a big thing. It takes longer to speak it out. Sight reading is always quicker.
But it doesn't stick, you're saying.
Right. Typically not. Whatever the person has to. Depends also what he's learning, what it is. Is it a sefer? Is it a gemara? If you learn a gemara, you want to retain it all, but it's impossible to retain everything. So, but yeah, in general, speaking out. Okay, minani mila. Yeah.
Amar Baye. Yeah. Oma kol. V'hachoinim lifnei hamishkan kidma lifnei oil moed mizracha. Those who camp before the Mishkan to the east, before the oil moed to the east. Moshe v'Aaron uvanav shoymim mishmeres hamikdash l'mishmeres b'nei Yisrael. Were Moshe and Aaron and his sons who guarded the guarding of the mikdash for the guard of Bnei Yisrael. So, you see over here.
That's 3.
That
Aaron and his sons, plural, right? That's 3. That's what the Mefarish says, right? Aaron Ubanav, Hari Gimel Shomer.
And 3 is where we know.
Yeah. Okay.
So you see 3 guardings. Imri in. Yes. Shimer Balma Ashkadboy. We find that there is from these psukim the idea of guarding in general. However, our Mishnah taught Bishloishim Ekaimis Akaihanim Shem Beis Hamikdash V'Halavim Be'esemet Be'echad Makim. Actually, our Mishnah doesn't mention it. It's only taught in the Mishnah in Midos. So the Pshita Mekubetzes deletes these words.
Talking about here?
That the Kaihanim are in 3. But it says Mihu Masnis and Tani.
And Levium are in 21.
Yeah, so the Pshita Mekubetzes removes the words about the Kaihanim. Yeah, or it's not our Mishnah.
Okay.
But the Beersheva says to put these words into our Mishnah. Regardless, the Kaihanim stood in 3 and the Levium stood in 21. So how does the pasuk indicate that the Kaihanim...
The middle of a question.
2 questions. How does the pasuk show that the Kaihanim stood in 3 places? If you have 3 and then 21... The
Levium is 21.
Right, so how does it show? We see that there are 3 people, but how does it show that there's 3 different places in which they guard? That's that question.
Okay.
Maybe, and this just like pads the question.
So the pasuk equates Kohanim and Levium.
Yeah, so maybe they're all...
So there was a distinction versus 3 versus 21.
Yeah, okay, fine, but that Mishnah or wherever that's stated got it from this pasuk. But how do you see in this pasuk that there are 3 different places? It just says that there are 3 different groups. There's 3 different Moshe, Aaron, and the children. Maybe they were and the sons. Maybe they were all guarding the same place together.
You know what's interesting about this Gemara? Imri is usually setting up an answer, but over here the first Imri is setting up a question, and now the Imri that we're about to see is going to be the answer to this question. It's an unusual terminology for the Gemara to use. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one's saying it's being moide that there is some guarding, so it's agreeing to part of it, and then it says, but how do you know that there is a breakout of these separate guardings? Now the Gemara says, Amri Imri Hachi Kamar.
Here's the terminology, the answer.
Ve'hachoinim lifnei Mishkan kidma lifnei kedma lifnei oil moed mizrachem Moshe. Those who camped by the Mishkan to the east, before the oil moed to the east, that was Moshe. Stop. The Hadar, and then the pasuk goes on to say, Aaron uvanav shomrim mishmeres hamikdash. Aaron and his sons guarded the mishmeres hamikdash. Aaron b'chad makim. Aaron was in one place. Uvanav b'shnei mekaymes. And the sons were in 2 other places. So we see that the Kaihanim stood in 3 different places. Aaron in 1, and then each of his children. Right, Moshe was the one camping. Aaron was guarding, and then you had 2 sons, right? Which 2? Elazar and Isamar. They were doing the guarding by themselves.
So the way that you pose the question is the way that Mefarish poses it. Right? That's where you're coming from.
Yeah. Mimai. So how do you know if that's what the pasuk is saying? There were those who camped and those who guarded. So there's 2 different groups. Those who camped and those who guarded. So the Gemara says... So I guess this is the continuation. So you see that there's a breakup between those who camped and those who guarded. And those who guarded were 3. Let's say that all of them, the Aaron and his 2 sons, you're right, they were one group, but they were all guarding the same place. Just as Moshe was in one place by himself, so to Aaron and each of his sons were in one place by himself. Just like Moshe was by himself, so too the other 3 people mentioned were at 3 separate areas guarding. Rav Ashi says no. You know how I know that the Kaihanim have three different places to guard? Miseifa Dikra. The three can be learned from the end of the pasuk. It says Shoimim, it says Mishmeres, it says Limishmeres. Right? Three different mentions of Shmira teaches you that there were three different guardings happening at the same time. Zokt the Mithachish, Omaklov, Chanem Lifnei Mishka Moshe Aaron Banav Hashem Mishmeres HaKodesh, Aaron Banav Harei Gimel Shoimim, Ubesaif Parach V'Amai Kula V'Chad Makam Mitartzlei. Aaron and his sons were three different watchers, three different places. And then the Gemara is going to ask, how do you know that they weren't all in one place? Imri, Ein Shomer Ba'alma, Ashkechan Deboy.
All of them were in one place. Right, that would be the question. They're all
Yeah.
Okay.
Imri, in Shomer Ba'alma, Ashkechan Deboy. Umihu, Masnisim Tani B'Gimel Kamis HaKaran Shomer. Right. The Gemara said, you're right. We do believe in that there was a watching, but how do you know that it was three different places the Kayanim watched? Pshita d'shimer by k'dichsiv k'cha. Mihu, onan bi'ina minah hani mili, hadiktani b'masnisin b'shloishim ekoimis ayu Kayanim, l'fnei leviyim. So yeah, pasuk mashma d'va hadadi havi, d'moisha chashav b'hadei Kayanim. Right?
That's why they're all grouped together.
Yeah, Moshe was in his group, and then the other one, Kayanim were in their group. So how do you know that it was three different? Imri v'achanim lifnei hamishkan kadma mizarcha Moshe v'Aaron uvanam shermi mishmeres hakodesh kloimer v'adei kra lo chashav Moshe b'hadi kaihanim. We know that Moshe wasn't together with the kaihanim. Etedel cha midichsiv hachoinim b'reish hapasik, right? Because it says that he was camping. Shma mina hachi midrash hachoinim lifnei hamishkan kadma Moshe. Right, Moshe was to the east before the Mishkan. Because if Moshe was with them, because if Moshe was with them, the pasuk would have said that before the Mishkan, Moshe was camped, and Aaron Uvanav Shari Mishmeres to Kulu Ki Hadadihu. And that's where Moshe and Aaron were guarding from that place in which Moshe was. Ve'mekulu Mechad Makim, Kol Shmiras Kaihanim Bechad Makim, Gzeres HaMakim Hu Sheyehei Gimel Kaihanim Shem Yachad Shmiras Achas. So fine, so we know the Kaihanim were separate, but how do you know that the three Kaihanim weren't watching from the same post? You can learn out that the Kaihanim, the situation with the Kaihanim was similar. Their guarding was similar to what Moshe. Moshe's guarding. Who just like Moshe was in one place, and they weren't watching with, and no one was watching with him, right? So too, Aaron and his sons, those three people, each of them were in their same posts. Lahaven de be
Inyan. That was Abaye?
I thought it was, no?
No. What was Abaye in the Gemara?
Abaye was the answer to Menahani Mili.
Oh, all the way back up there. Okay, yeah, very good. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Rav Ashi Amar Miseifa Dekra Yachal Ata Bekal Lahaven de be Inyan Gimel Mekoimis Bekoihan Dechsev Shomri Mishmeres Mishmeres Harbe Shmiros Vi Bechad Makim Havakulu Imkain. The pasuk would only need to say it once if there was one post. The fact that it says Shmira three different ways.
Easily understand. Bekal lahaven.
Oh, Bekal lahaven.
You need three places, yeah.
You need it because you could easily understand those three places. And the fact that it says Shmira Mishmeres. That what? That it would be easy to understand that it was three places.
You could easily understand
that we could.
Three places.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Very nice first Gemara. Okay.
Okay, so we said we turned the Amid, yeah. Okay. So we said, just to refresh the mind, that there were three places in which they guarded. So we said one was the base Aftinas, right? One was the base Hamoiked, right? That was the one with the yarmulke,
the dome. That over here, though.
No, I'm just trying to remind
Just
people what we
talking.
were
Okay,
saying.
okay.
And then once was the Beis Hanitzois, that was where the sun came through, the rays.
Now, what do we say with the Beit Hanitzis? We say there's Haya Aliyos. What does Aliyos mean? It means steps, right? Levels.
Floors,
Right, floors, yeah. Okay, so let's see what's going on over there.
right?
Yeah.
There's a parak in maybe it's Baba Kama?
Yeah.
Beis Aliyah? What's the 10th parak over there?
Sukkah, you're talking about?
No.
Could be.
Baba Kama.
Baba Kama?
There's 2 floors, and if damage happens from one floor to the next, who would have to pay?
Okay.
So we see this idea of
I would
Aliyah,
think
Beis
that
Aliyah.
the second floor would be responsible. Did you hear about that thing with the gold in Europe or something that they were digging? There were construction workers doing some plumbing, and they found close to $11 million worth of gold, bars and coins.
We get in on that?
So they called the police, and they basically took it, and they're speculating that it came from someone like 60 years ago, the owner or something, and he buried it to hide it, and he didn't tell anyone about it.
And he died?
Right. So now the shaila is halakha l'maisa. Who does that gold belong to? Oh,
Who does
come
that
back,
gold
come
belong
back.
to?
Who does that belong to? The child. Seems like the police confiscate. Does it belong
the
to the
police- I
workers?
hope
Does
the
it
police
belong to
don't
the
take
owners? Does it belong to? Do they have
Wait,
to
who
contact a
owns the
family
home?
member?
It's from a home, right? Like,
No, it's a industrial. It's a commercial project of some sort.
Does someone? Oh.
Yeah.
Like the city type owns it?
Yeah.
Yeah. These are really
Crazy,
great
right?
shilas. Yeah, so there we go.
Okay.
Bisaftinas beisanitzis.
Yeah.
Ibaylahu aliyos mamish hab. The Rav was here when we were learning Makos, but we finished Makos. We're in Tamid now.
Oh.
We finished Yuma, Nazar. We finished that. Now we're in Tamid.
We didn't do Nazir together.
No, we didn't do
And we
Nazir.
only
I
did
finished
part of
part of
Yuma
Yuma.
together. We did the whole Makos
But I
together.
saved the siyum. We have the speech ready to go,
On
please.
Tamid, we're doing every single mafarish. Every single word. That's it.
And every place.
And every Taisus that doesn't exist, yeah. You could say you did every Taisus on Tamid.
And
No,
Rashi,
no,
and
it's
Rashi.
It's a good line, yeah.
Based of Tinas based on Yitzhak, Ibaylahu, Aliyos Mamish Havu. Were these Aliyos actual floors from a building? Oidilma Dahavu Migbag Vihe Kaliyos. Or perhaps it was like a tall floor, like a tall ceiling.
I think what this question is was it a usable area or was it there for more aesthetics? They have these
But the
buildings-
mitzias of it, where
They
the
have-
first floor was so high that it from the outside it looked like 2 floors, but
Right,
it was
coming
it was
like-
like an elevated
What,
floor.
what this reminds me of, it's definitely not referring to this, but have you ever seen the south side of Central Park building in Israel?
No,
Some of those buildings, they don't have floors that are livable. or
it's
that are
just a
even
tall
used.
ceiling.
It's there for, they can't even do it because it would shake the building too much, or the wind is too high, it's too small.
Yeah.
That's what this reminds me of over here. That's what this is.
Oh, now it's open. Last week it was.
Yeah, you did
No,
it
no,
first,
there's a trick hand. I want that red one.
Beggars could be choosers now, good stuff.
I'm not a beggar.
No?
No, he says I
Be
can.
careful,
have whatever I want.
you're gonna ruin the paint over here.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Please, please.
It's included in the membership.
Sender's not included in membership. Sender, that's a private situation. That's
Do I make a different bracha on the paper that's stuck to the candy? It's included.
probably a shir yatzer on that.
Yes, sure. Okay, so it says the Rush says. What does the Rush say
Let's
over
see
here?
the rush. You wanna do the rush first?
Yeah, let's see the Rush.
Aliyah's
first.
mamish.
Yeah.
Shahaya bayis tachtehen. There's a house under it, livable. Dilma did avoid Kaliyah Shaya. Boinam al gabi tel. You were
Says
building it on what, mounds?
a mound,
It
on
was
top of a
storage.
mound.
It's base oitzer.
Oh, a mound is dirt. To
Right.
me,
It was-
a
okay, fine.
very
It wasn't even
tall.
storage.
Yeah, it was just like a tall hill. So
Right.
where they were operating was
Right.
like 20 feet in the air.
Right.
So was it 1 floor or 2 floors?
Why do you even call that a level then? You start building on top of the hill.
What should I do? Should I just eat this?
I would.
Or not?
I would go home, cut it with a good knife.
Rabbi said this is going to be put on hold temporarily.
Wrap it in a tissue.
No, then the tissue's going to get stuck. I'm going to go outside and wash it. I'm going to wash the bread.
You think it will wash up?
And then the raw, and then the Mefari says...
Let's see the Mefarish inside instead of looking at it secondhand. Magvog of your Kelly's. Mishum Hachi.
I'm just eating the top half.
Mishum Hachi. You're going to end up eating the fire. Mishum Hachi, Bai. The Pshita Leila Hashas, the Shniras Kohanim, Heim Begavoya. We knew that they had some height that they were working with. They were working from a height, from an elevated point. Mishum Haki, Ba'i. So now we're asking the question, Aliyas Mamish, Avi, Kol Aliyah Shebashas, Shebashas, Shehabayis Tachteha. There's a livable space under there, Lashum Tash.
Let's take all of these in Shas.
Yeah, it says Shas. It's interesting, right?
That means that I'm a Chavim. It's because I'm telling you, Baba Kama. I don't think it's Baba Basra. I think it's Baba Kama.
Could be. The Rashash.
Yeah, I think it's Baba Kama.
Okay, so it's a usable space. Not that someone was necessarily living there, but it was usable space. Over here, they still needed to be that it should be tall. Mishum hachi koivoya Elias mamish. Tashu shemaki derech aliyah shetashu shemata b'bayis. Or Dilma. Well, he has shricha l'mata b'bayis. So l'shmiras kohanim. Ba'avur the. What do you got me already?
45. 35.
35. You got me 35 now?
That's not my okay.
I thought you were doing it on 30. So you want to continue before?
Let's do earlier.
Okay, so do it for 35 if you want to do that.